The Fat Controller sat in his office listening to
Cannibal Corpse.
The station master came in.
Surprise, motherfucker.
What is it, Sebastian? I'm arranging matches.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Thomas thought he was a house.
Thomas, do you want to pet the kitty?
Early one morning, a large policeman was sitting close to the front. Thomas lay crossed out. Thomas is a tank engine.
Mama.
Who lives at a big station on the island of Sus. He's a cheeky little cunt. A short, stumpy, dumpy bit. He purred smoothly towards them. The Fat Controller introduced him. Here is Cheezel. I have agreed to give him a trial. Oh! That was good, said the Fat Controller. One morning, Bioko, the island Bill, saw the Fat Controller run his wife down. That was good. Do it again. Just then, Edward bustled up. Hey, Bioko, the island of... What? Hey, guys, hey, Thomas, you two poop collab on. I'll have to make a special poop, said Bioko, the island films.
God damn it.
An engine attached to a train was afraid of train.
Did you sail across the sea?
Thomas the tank engine was a fat. Workmen had tried to make him better, but it was no use. Edward must dump you in the sea, said the fat troll. Thomas felt very miserable. Then the fat troll spoke to Duck. I want you to help me make you do. Duck was delighted. You gave it, said the fat troll. Thomas was everywhere. Thomas was everywhere. Thomas had collected bush on his travels. Laugh. You miserable engine! Just look what you've done to our breakfast. She banged Thomas. Look! Donald Duck. Look!
He whistled, "Good morning." Law is the law. Hey, I look like a tranny. Don't be funny. Hey, you! You are dangerous.
You will be sentenced to 9 weeks imprisonment for being dangerous.
Thomas. I would, snorted Percy, boasted Thomas. Said Toby earnestly. Something special. Then while guard telephoned for an the driver found large letters. Then the driver found an important notice. Danger. Keep out of beans is gay. Oh. tenders. Really? So us.
Most engines hate snow.
Donald and Donald
We're used to it.
They puff backwards and forwards, patrolling the line.
But sometimes they found deeper drifts.
They came to a drift as large as the most.
And this is where I put a trophy. If I had one!
Tom thinks no engine works as hard as Shirley, including Gordon's the biggest and proudest engine of all. Thomas likes whistling rudely at him. Wake up, lazy bones, why don't you work hard like me? Wake up, lazy bones, do some hard work for a change. You can't catch me.
I'm the speedy hamburger.
Instead of going to sleep again, Gordon thought how he could get back. One morning, Thomas wouldn't wake up. His driver and fireman couldn't make him start. His fire went out and there was not enough steam.
No.
Gordon's chance had come. The train went faster and faster. Too fast for Thomas. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Hurry, 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 laughed Gordon. You can't get away, laughed the coaches. At last they stopped at a stop. Well, little Thomas, chuckled Gordon. Now you know what hard work means, don't you?
No, God!
Thomas's branch, it goes for some distance along the road. Thomas was always Thomas. Wheesh! If they will them the honey, so like as not give me food, me more than we later. About me if we saw some of. Would you like to duck?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's good. That's good. Thomas Tangat has worked his branch line for many years and knows it very well. They finished their journey safely. You know just where to stop, Tom. Stop that noise! Driver says I don't need my vacation now. Snorted Percy. I'm not scared. You'd never dare. I would then. You'd never. I would. You'd never. I would. You'd never. I would never. Would never. Would never. Would never. Percy and Toby were still asleep. Thomas suddenly remembered. Silly dick in the mess, he chuckled. I'll just go out. Then I'll stop and... Thomas thought he was being clever. Really, he was stupid, couldn't he? He tried to wee. There was the White House. Oh, Mom was about to have breakfast. Oh, shit, cried Thomas and shut his eyes. Meanwhile, Donald and Douglas and Percy and Toby and Duck and Gordon and James and Henry and Diesel arrived, and a broken window frame festooned his front, which was badly twisted. You are a very... Meanwhile, they say tender engines don't shunt, and last night they said I have black wheels. Come to us red in the face and very high. The policeman pointed to Thomas. Where's your cow? He asked. But I may cow. Disgraceful, he spluttered. Disgraceful. He wrote regular lawbreaker in his book. Sir Topham Hatt was having the telephone. But the telephone came in. Excuse me, sir. Bother that telephone. This gross.
11's about 8, 38's 9, 9, 10, Mac 10, the shit's never end.
He fussed into the station where Gordon was. No! Goodbye. One morning. Sometimes he felt he had strength, but sometimes he had no life. And no one cares, sir. No one cares. Fuck you, Henry, snorted James. You don't have a life.
Percy, whispered his driver. There's Harold. He's not far ahead. Let's race him. Yes.
We gotta hit 88 miles per hour.
Percy
Only goes 87. Yeah, I know.
Shit, Negro.
Donald and Douglas are twins and had arrived from China.
Hello, Prig.
Once, an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of acid rain. It went snoopy. His driver and fired him. The guard blew Henry till he had no more breath, but Henry still stayed in the tunnel and blew steam at him. You'd really hadn't and you never do seen there I'm so type of. Then along came Sir Topham Hatt, the man in charge of all the engines on Sodor. They call him the Fast Troller. My doctor has forbidden me to pull. My doctor has forbidden me to push. Then they tried pushing from the other end. The Fat Controller said, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. They pushed and pushed and pushed. They pained us in Henry's rear, but still Henry stayed in the tunnel. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to them. Early one morning, a large troll was sitting close to the line. Thomas expected that the new troll would be friendly too, but was sorry to see that he didn't look friendly at all.
You are a fucking piece of shit!
He spluttered. Fuck you, you fucking troll, said Thomas's driver. Disgraceful, he wrote.
I'm going to rape you!
In his book. Thomas puffed sadly away. Away.
Pow zoop! Oh, it's really good.
It's Thomas the Book in Tank Engine.
What's up? Look at the dog. It's too intimidating.
One morning, he was mourning and showed him a train of dirty trucks. Next, it was James. First, the Fat Controller will come and you. Thought James. The Fat Controller knows I'm a faggot. He wants me to pull a special tech. The other engines grumbled dreadfully. They had to do James. Oh, said James. Oh! At last, Inspector Gadget arrived.
Gadget here. Welcome to the main menu of this desk.
When the Fat Controller came back, he did troll James and Percy too. Both engines wished he hadn't. He must know I'm a really useful engine. More likely once you're late, grunted James. We can't be too careful about smashing, but then I needn't say that to a really useful person like you. He puffed was sweet and felt better. He came on the signal. Oh! Its arm moved up instead of down. Percy had never seen that sort of signal before. Let's start quickly before they see us. He was too late. Gordon saw everything. They thought the subject was funny. Percy thought they were being very silly. I'm going to poop on Henry, said Gordon. You've burst your safety valve, said the driver. You can't pull the train anymore. Oh dear, said Gordon. We were going so nicely too. And look, there's Henry laughing at me. James turned much too easily. The wind popped him round like a... Well, said Gordon, are you playing roundabout? Shish. Henry and Gordon were smoking pot. A special train's coming and where to pull it, said his driver. Gordon was high and didn't care what he said. Percy slack. The hell! Thomas left the yard. They missed him very much. They had more work to do and had to fetch their own coaches. They didn't like Green Day.
How could this happen to me?
There's a line to a clock at the end of Thomas's clock. It goes for some distance. Early one morning, a large policeman was sitting close to the line. Thomas liked large policeman. Graceful, he spluttered. Regular clock breaker, so you are gay. Right on. Gay.
Said Edward, I'm ready. Peep, 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 said Henry, so am I. Pull hard, we'll do it. Pull hard, we'll do it. Edward blew Henry's. Oh, I am stiff, he groaned. Edward and Henry was excited. The fat controller leaned out of the window to wave at Edward and Henry. But the was going so fast that his hat blew off into a field where a goat ate it for tea. Edward was dirty and covered with cobwebs. Toby hated buses. The buses are crowded and Henrietta is empty. The fat controller stood on Toby's platform, but Toby didn't care. Helicopter Harold was close by. Toby had made a plan to kill Bertie. The help! Help! Percy, help! Ho, ho, ho! You fly helicopter, said Harold. No. What? Why did you steal me? I must kill Bertie. Ho, ho, ho! What do you think of that? Said Bioko, the island Bill. Sorry, I'm on Facebook.
Tunnels are not dance floors, and you are not a pop star. Well, Loey, the little engine, loves all the sights and sounds along his line and knows them very well. Manager said, let's kid. He will rock and roll along the line. Look at him right now. It's that smelly diesel's fault. Rusty tries to teach me how to stay on the rails and then goes off leaving me to fuck my own coaches. Duncan was filled with admiration. I warned him, said Rusty, but all he did was call me Nick. He couldn't stop it now.
One morning, Henry snorted SS toss. What the? I suss dreadfully, and no one cares. I care. Whoosh! Run, English Henry, snorted James. You know. I did my office forbid pull. But still Henry stayed in the tunnel. Then they tried pushing from the other end. The Fat Controller said, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, push! Look, it has stopped raining, they said. We shall take away...
Goddamn son of a bitch piece of shit, no fucking asshole, fuck, fuck, fuck.
They took up the old rails and built a wall in front of him so that Henry couldn't get out of the tunnel anymore.
Run, motherfucker, run! Breakfast. He was eating Sir Topham Hatt. The butler came in. The butler came in, Sir Topham Hatt's breakfast. Thomas puffed sadly away.
Go ahead! Shoot!
Rubbish! Disgraceful!
Thomas was everywhere.
Listen up, motherfuckers, let me tell you a tale. Godzilla, he's going up Japan today. We're gonna get a bunch of lasers, shoot him in your face. Fucking bitches all over the place.
Thomas, the tank engine, was grumbling to the other tank engines. I spend my money on crack for you. Why can't I pull passenger trains too? Woo. You're too impatient, they said. You'd be sure to leave something behind. Woo. Bullshit, said Thomas. I'll show you. Woo. One night, he and Henry were alone. And Henry had a drink and complained.
Are you Millie?
Henry is as excited as we are, aren't you, old fellow?
I have special eyes.
Soon, they could see stones, and they all had stones. Now, he said, "Achoo!" Woo, remarked Thomas. Said Zanos, I'm not Lady Gaga. Said Thomas, have you ever seen anything like it? Both Annie and Clarabelle agreed that they had. Poor Henry had no answer. His fire had gone out.
Trevor the traction engine had been drugged with a big cockload of hay broken off.
How could this happen to me?
Oh, no! Trevor cried. Donald could shrug the cock. Shrug the cock, Donald. Shrug him, Pushy. You should have drugged me. No, you. Before the cock was shrugged, Donald and Douglas were on their way. But were so cross, they refused to use for the rest of the day. The controller needed an engine. May I go, sir?
No!
I only need one engine. Thomas drugged Clarabelle. Donald Duck enjoyed working with Then Donald shrugged me. Working with Douglas. No. Douglas was he was relieved Donald was hurt. I'm sorry.
That's a good issue.
Oh-dee-do, sang the fireman. Johnny so mighty. Never you mind about Johnny, laughed the driver. I'm will suck more. You're too fucking expensive, Henry.
I'm going to take some of you. Have we can argue it?
This made Henry, his driver, and his fireman very sad. The Fat Controller was waiting when Henry came to the platform. He had taken off his hat and coat and put on overalls.
What? Oi, come back
Here. The Fat Controller was not satisfied. Henry is a bad steamer, he said to Henry's fireman. Oh dear, oh
dear. Henry tried very hard, but it was no good.
And came to a stop outside Edward's station. Oh,
thought Henry, I shall have to go away. Oh dear, oh dear.
All he could do was to go slowly onto a siding, and Edward took charge of the train.
What?
Not this again. Fuck. What do you think is wrong, fireman? Asked the captain. Excuse me, sir, he answered, but the fact is Henry is wrong, and today it's worse. With Welsh coal, he can't make the heat. It's expensive, said the Fat Controller, but expensive.
Must have a fair chance. James will go and fix them.
Thinking great thoughts is hard on the head.
It is a very important.
Now we'll show them, Henry, old fellow.
Well, I for you never though actually won.
You're spoiling my fire.
Wait and see, said the fireman. Roar, 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 roaring, roar.
Roar.
One winter evening, Henry was ready at Henry o'clock. There was snow and once. Men hustled and shouted, loading the vans with crates of shit. The last door banged.
The guard showed his green lamp.
The was ready to go. Come on, don't be silly. The driver and fireman were drinking Coca-Cola in the brake van. The ship is due, said the guard. Who cares, said the fireman. This is good Coca. The driver got up. Come on, fireman, back to
God, it's like Barbara fucking Walters here, isn't it?
Take care of Thomas's coat. Duck was tripping on acid. Annie and Clarabelle were impressed. Such nice man dudes, they told each other. The works had left Thomas's dick very stiff. Grab. 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 Come along, come along, come along, come along, come along, come along. The people got in, the guard and station master got in, the porter banged the doors. Thomas got more and more and more and more and more and more excited. The Fatkin came to see what was the matter, and the guard and the station master got in. You'll have to do it then, Thomas. Be quick now.
All right, chums up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
They're waving because I'm such a faggot, he thought importantly. Then he came to a signal. The signalman ran up. Hello, Thomas, he said. What are you doing here? I'm pulling a train, said Thomas. Can't you see? You stupid Bob stood. Thomas looked back. Why, bless me, if we haven't left them behind. He was coupled to the train, and this time he really pulled. The fat controller was having breakfast. He was eating some boys. The butler came in. Excuse me, sir. You are wanted on the telephone.
My dick feels like corn,
said the fat controller.
Give me back my kids!
No, said the fat controller. I'm sorry, my dear.
You're fucking in here all the time. All the time you're in there to fucking matches. In there to fucking matches. You're fucking doing and fucking fucking. You don't talk to me that way. You don't talk to me that way. You fuck my wife. 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 I am your wife. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I say again, you fuck my wife. All right, yes, I fucked your wife. I am your wife and I fucked her.
Meanwhile, they told him that the fat controller was returning soon. He'll send us back for sure. Who cares, grumbled Gordon. Percy decided to talk to Edward about it.
It's simple,
said Edward.
We kill the Batman.
Soon Bertie grew cross with Thomas. Late again, he remarked, as Thomas panted wearily in.
俺様は優秀な機関車なんだ。優秀な機関車にはたくさんの石炭がいるんだってこと、お前には分かってないようだね。
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Then came trouble. A crate of treacle was upset all over Percy.
Oh! Oh, God! Oh, it's everywhere! Ah! It's in my raccoon wounds! Oh, God!
The fat controller was eating a lovely picnic supper of fish and chips. The butler came in. Excuse me, sir. You are wanted on the telephone.
I have no idea how to breathe,
said the fat controller. But I think he deserved his punishment. Don't you? Once, an engine attached to spoil my lovely green paint and red stripe, spoil my lovely red paint and green stripes, spoil my lovely green paint and pull you out. We will push you out, pull you out. I'm not going to. We will pull you out. Pushed and pushed and pushed. The fat controller said, 1, 2, 1, pushed and pushed and pushed. 2.
The engine's name is Henry.
Lovely green paint with Thomas pushed the fat controller. Lovely red stripes till he fell off. Inspector, he whispered, can you inspect my butthole? He climbed up and peered in. Then he came, Inspector, he whispered, can you fish? Goodness me, how do the fish fish?
There must have been a Death Star canteen,
replied Tom Driver. Well, Thomas, so you and the Fat Controller have been fisting. It suit you. When they had caught all fish, they had a lovely picnic supper of fish and fish. That was good shit. You pooped, said the Fat Controller,
There's Thomas.
Early one morning, a large policeman was sitting close to the line.
Thomas liked policemen. He had been a great policeman. He whistled.
Good boy.
Thomas expected that the new officer would be friendly too, but he was sorry to see that he was a policeman.
What are you doing here, Thomas? He asked. Why did you come here, Thomas? Thomas answered.
I didn't use Facebook last night. I'm sorry, sir, said Thomas. I didn't wink last night. Stop! The policeman pointed to Thomas. There's Thomas, said the policeman. Rubbish! We've had an accident, said Thomas's driver.
Who cares?
I'm funny, snapped the policeman. Rubbish, said Thomas's driver.
The engines all teased me about my special pussy. The engines all teased me about nice repairs. The engines all teased me about nice nasty pussy.
Then he laughed. Nasty pussy. I'm funny, and I smoke weed, too. Would you like to buy weed from me?
He asked.
Yes, sir, said Thomas, doubtfully. Where's your money? Snapped the policeman. But I don't have money, sir. Who cares? Said the policeman. The policeman gave a bag to Thomas. Pay me back later.
Thank you, said Thomas.
This is good weed. No, it's not, said the policeman. Thomas puffed sadly away. This is bullshit, said Thomas's driver. Sir Topham Hatt was having breakfast in the caboose. Holy shit, said Sir Topham Hatt. Suddenly he heard an extraordinary noise. There's Thomas. The yard has never been the same since Thomas tried smoking pot, said Sir Topham Hatt sadly.
Then Henry crashed.
Hooray! Cried Henry.
Phew, remarked the inspector. We must never let this happen again, Thomas.
I can't stand to see you cry. I can't stand to see you cry. If tears of sorrow has to fall, let them fall from my eyes. Oh yeah.
If lonely lips long to be kissed, let my lips be the ones that die.